Guys, I just got asked a question from one of the students inside of my mentorship program. So I put it on this notepad to kind of like protect confidentiality as much as possible. Person basically asked, saying, Bryce, I want to grow faster. What can I do? I've been reading bad things about Bark, that they might not be the warm leads promised. I was also looking at Thumbtack, and I saw your video saying you had success with it. Well, this question comes from one of our mentorship students who joined. I think he joined the program probably about like 7 to like 10 days ago. And one thing that happens when someone joins a program is they have to kind of unlearn a lot of either bad habits or bad thought processes that were currently keeping them from finding success. Now, in this particular case, it's the need to grow faster rather than doing the correct stuff to actually get the results. What I find is that by going slower, you actually go faster. Now, I'll give you an example like this. So a lot of people, including myself, when I first got started, I would be like very hot and cold, right? So like some weeks I feel like I'm making traction. The next week I feel like the whole world is falling apart. And when your world is falling apart, it's very easy to kind of want to do knee-jerk reactions and knee-jerk changes. So I'll give an example. One of our students, his name is Nate, and he joined the program probably about a month ago. And like almost every week inside the program is getting between like 1 to 2 clients per week, right? And there was 1 week, so after, I think it was like week number 5 in the program, he basically had zero results, 0 calls booked, 0 clients, or 0 new clients. He was like, what's going on? Oh my gosh, something's broken. Bryce, what's happening? The link, chill, let's get on a call. So we hopped on like a one-on-one call and we like checked it out and looked at it. And it was just like, okay, so you're doing the same things you're doing before? Yes. Are you saying the exact same messages? Yes. Are people just not responding to you this week? Yes. There's just not a lot of responses. It seems like some people are saying they're out of vacation. This person has like an out of office message that pops up like, yeah, well, it is like a holiday week, so like people probably aren't gonna respond this week. Oh, good point. Okay, so just chill out. Just do exactly what you're doing. Don't change anything, okay? Don't change anything. Just keep doing the exact same thing that's working. For him, it was LinkedIn was really working for him. So next week, he's like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like, when you talk to the mechanic comes over and then like he touches one thing and automatically it works. He's like, I got 3 clients this week. It's like, yeah, well, it's not that, I touched anything and anything worked. It's just that you already had some that worked. It's like some weeks you're going to not have a client. Some weeks you might not have a result, right? But if you're doing the right things, the average aggregate is going to be on a particular trend. So in his case, if he got the 3 clients the week after he got 0. That means he should have gotten 1 client or 2 clients in that week where he got 0, but it was a holiday week, so the metrics were different. So the next week it averaged out when he got 3, right? So nothing changed, nothing was broken, but the natural inclination when you're first getting started is to feel like the sky is falling every single time something in your pattern doesn't work. Now, if you have a good pattern, okay, stick with the pattern. Now, when it comes to Bark and Thumbtack, right, a lot of people say things like, Bark or Thumbtack is very low quality. And it's not that those platforms are inherently low quality or misleading. It's just that most people do not have the current skill level to do consistent growth using these platforms, right? I would almost consider these platforms more of like advertising than, traditional marketing methods. And for most beginners, you should not spend money in ads. I'm just going to say it just completely honestly. Like, do not spend money in ads until you can at least get 3 clients above $500 per month within the span of like 1 week of talking to someone. If you can do that, okay, you can handle Thumbtack, you can handle Bark. Once you have that initial skill, you can. But up until then, it's just going to be very, very, very overwhelming and very it's like a culture shock. So the tough part about like Thumbtack and Bark is just that a lot of people, they feel that, okay, if I can just buy leads of people that are interested, if I can just take a sniper rifle of people that are interested and I talk to them, they're going to buy from me. But that's not the case, okay? Because you have to understand how to build warmth. You have to learn how to build loyalty. You have to be able to ascertain needs and urgency very quickly. If you can't do those 3 things, it's very hard to get them to go. And you're just going to be shell-shocked, right? Because you're gonna buy 1 lead, the phone is disconnected. You're going to buy 1 lead, the person says, oh, I don't even remember why I filled out this form. You're going to buy another lead, and the person's like, oh, well, I already got contacted by like 5 or 6 different people. Like, why should I talk to you when these other people are like super cheap? It's like if you don't understand how to like diffuse these different objections very quickly, if you can't do it slowly, you're not gonna be able to do it quickly. And it's not really your fault that we don't have those skill sets right away. I wouldn't have those skill sets when I first got started. I spent literally my first year like $36,000 on like courses and masterminds to figure this stuff out. Like, you don't come out of the box with this. Like, think about it. To build your accounting skill sets, for some of you guys, if you've been in accounting for 20 years, it took you 20 years to build your skill set. You don't have 20 years of marketing or sales experience. You know what I mean? And it's not just like, I think a lot of people, especially men, I think a lot of younger men, so like men probably like in their early to mid 30s, always think they're amazing at sales. I'm a salesperson. I had one person, she's like, I'm a good talker. So I'm like, there's more to sales than just being a good talker or feeling like you can. Like, there's like some like side tangent. There's some dudes that go like, I can fight, man. I get hit, I just see red, and I can, it's like, okay, but have you ever even thrown a punch before? Do you know where on your fist you're supposed to hit? Do you hit with this knuckles, this knuckles? Okay. Have you ever actually felt the impact of hitting something hard? What happens if you swing and miss? Do you know how to not like be overbalanced and not fall over? Okay. Do you know, can you actually see if this person the other person you're fighting can fight? Can you see what their fighting style is? Are they a stand-up person? Are they more of a wrestler? Do they have, like, it's just like, there's so many different factors that you don't think about, where it's very simple to say, I can fight. But it's like, it's the same thing with sales. It's easy to say, I can sell, but there's so many different micro factors that most people have never even thought even existed. Even people in sales from other industries. I was talking to this person who was like a real estate agent, and I was like, you ever heard about pre-handling objections? She was like, what? What do you mean pre-handling objections? I'm like, wait. You've been in real estate for 5 to 6 years, and you've never heard about pre-handling objections. And in real estate, all you do is sell. So it's like, if someone who's trained in sales hasn't even heard of that kind of like, it's a slightly more advanced topic. I will be honest, like, it is a more advanced topic. But if you never even heard about that, how can someone that has spent their entire career in like accounting, bookkeeping, or even, let's say you're like in nursing or something, right? Or like a different field, or an engineer, you've never even done it. How can, we expect to be good at sales? You can't. That's why you need training, right? Rant over. Okay. But it's going to really be a shell shock, really a shell shock. And I would almost equate paying for leads more like targeted prospecting. And I say that it's like targeted because they're indicated that they're looking for help, but they have not indicated that you are the person that they need to work with, number one. And number two, they have not fully 100% signed a contract saying that they're guaranteed to do something or move now. So generally what happens is like, you buy the lead, you don't have to like call/email the lead, and then you try to close them under a week. It's very, very difficult for people who have no training. That's the reason why people say like the leads aren't warm or they're not quality. It's just, it's really, when things aren't working for us, it's very easy to kind of say like, to blame something else instead of improving on our current skill sets. In most cases, it's not really our fault that we do this. Oftentimes, since we don't really know what is the main challenge or the main thing stopping something from working, the logical conclusion is whatever I just did not work. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm at a crossroads. There's like traffic coming, 4-way traffic. I'm gonna try and walk across. I get hit by a car. Is it really that crosswalks don't work, or is it just I didn't know I should push the button on the crosswalk to make the traffic stop and give me the right of way to walk? You know what I mean? So it's like, that's kind of what it's like when we say like Thumbtack, Bark, Facebook ad, LinkedIn ads don't work. It's not they don't work. It's just maybe we don't fully understand how to make them work. Because I mean, dude, I've made probably from paid ads, I've made close to about 1.5 million across like both businesses, right? So they work. And this, like when I first got started, I spent $1,500 on a Facebook ad and I got 0 clients. It was very easy for me, like, Facebook ads don't work. And like, blessedly for me, I bought a coaching program where the person showed me like how to do paid advertising. And then once I found out, okay, it does work, now it gave me the confidence to keep going. But like, I was just like, yeah, dude, Facebook ads don't work, man. They're so risky. It's so scary. And again, if you're just starting out, you have no mentorship training, you have nothing, I would not do any kind of paid ads. Focus on building an audience, focus on using LinkedIn, focus on learning how to use, like, even Facebook. If you have nothing else, learn how to use Facebook and learn how to start a conversation with someone, get them on a book with you, and then get them to sign up with you, okay? Now, just remember, usually when it comes to speed, so if you're trying to do something faster, you're going to sacrifice warmth because they don't feel like they have to go with you. There's no loyalty, okay? There's no loyalty to you. That's the thing that makes this whole system work. Someone feeling loyal to you, that you are the person who they can go with. Basically, they're gonna say like you're their guy or their gal, whatever you are, you know. But the one exception to speed is referrals. This is why I'm so bullish on teaching people how to get referrals, because it's slow until it's fast. So what do I mean by that? It's like you could go and like speak to like 3 or 4 different referral partners, and like they say, oh, I'll send you some leads when I have some leads. And you're discouraged. I didn't get anything. I did a bad job on that call. When it's not necessarily the case. They might not have just had any leads, right? Especially if it's like, let's say it's like August or July and like no one's coming to see like a CPA, right, for that time period, other than people like that have extensions or just random situations, right? But they start sending you leads, and then once they start sending you leads, now you get like 3 leads, 5 leads, 10 leads, right? And they all turn into clients. So it's really slow while you're waiting for them to give you the first set of leads, but then once it happens, now your business is growing. And if you have a good pricing structure and you're good at consultation calls, now your business is growing exponentially faster. So by doing the stuff that's slow, you actually get a fast result. And I understand it can be really hard to be doing like, you know, patient. Now, if you don't have a good strategy, you don't have a good thing in place to even get on conversations with referral partners, you probably need some help, right? I'm more talking to people inside my mentorship program that might be watching this video. If you have something that works, just do the thing that works until you find success. If you don't have something that works and like you're just kind of making this stuff on your own, probably go and like buy some kind of course or something like that. I probably would not buy a course that's like that's 60% about bookkeeping, 30% about like, you know, or 40% about like accounting, or I'm sorry, 40% about like marketing your business. Use what I see. It's more like 60% is like learning bookkeeping and QuickBooks, and then it's like 30% is like on like maybe like some like how to do like workflows, or you know, where should you be doing your expenses, maybe a little bit about sales, and like maybe 10% on marketing. Like it's like, you know, build your platform here, or go get like a Google My Business, or go get your Pro Advisor listing. And it's never anything that like goes like directly to getting clients. Like I wouldn't pay money for that kind of course. I'd pay something that's like more like individualized support. I'd pay for something that's more directly related to getting clients, right? Because that way you're getting more of a direct return on your money. Oftentimes, like when you just buy a course, it's like on like, you know, how to learn QuickBooks. Now, if you're starting at zero and you don't know anything about QuickBooks, okay, I'd probably buy a course for under probably about $500. So I was going to buy a course just on how to do QuickBooks and bookkeeping. But anything else, it's like, how do I go and get money? It's probably a little bit more expensive. It's like, it's going to be between like $3,000 to like $7,000. Of course, it's like more than $12,000. I probably wouldn't do that if I was first starting out. Really about 5 to 6K is probably a good price point. Like you want to be within striking distance of paying off that course within one client. Okay, so if you get one client that pays like $500 a month, that's $6,000 over the course of a year. So it's going to take you at maximum, if you get one client, 1 year to pay off that program. That's really the thing. If it's like 12K for one program, it's like that could take you a little while to do. If you have to buy multiple programs, that's not as big of a deal, because like if you buy like one program, you maybe buy it for like $1,500, and you're like, oh, it just isn't the right one, it doesn't have enough support. Then you buy a second one for like 5K or 6K. Okay, it's not the end of the world, but it's better than like buying for one course that's just super overpriced. Because if you buy one course that's super overpriced, like 12K, $15,000, $20,000, and you don't get the clients, well, now you don't really have as easy of a path to pay it off. You can get lucky on a bad course and get one client and pay it off. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm saying. So it's like you want to stack the deck as much as possible. But if you go too cheap on a course, like a course on marketing and sales, probably it's not going to get you the results you're looking for. Because think about it. How can you expect someone to teach you how to get high ticket clients if their course is like $800, $900, $1,000? That's like a low ticket price. So how can you expect them to teach you how to get high ticket stuff? I don't know what to tell you. That's a little mismatch, you know? Yeah, I had this one person. She's like, "Yeah, I bought this course. It was like $997, and like I was expecting it to teach me how to get clients for like $3,000 a month." It's like, what? If you think about it, $3,000 a month. What is that? It's $36,000 per year. How would someone that's teaching a coaching program, which is like in terms of coaching program prices, $1,000 is like the lowest tier like price point you can have. Like most people who consult for coaching programs would never advise you to have a program less than probably about $1,500 to $2,000, really realistically. Unless it's like $1,000 program that's feeding someone into a more expensive coaching program. But even then, that's another problem because now you have to do 2 coaching programs for the same person where the first one might not have worked. Now they say, okay, the first program didn't really work, but it wasn't designed to get you like clients, it was designed to teach you this. So go buy my other course, it's another $10,000, that'll teach you marketing. And it's like, now it's just convoluted. Now you're $11,000 out of the game. You don't know if it's gonna work. It's just a headache, man. You gotta be careful when you're like buying courses and stuff like that, You usually what you should do if you're buying a course, watch a bunch of free stuff the person puts out. Like if you feel like the free stuff, you're learning stuff from the free stuff, you like how the person's vibe is, you think that it could potentially help you, that's when you go with something. You don't just go with something off of like a 10-minute ad and like you watch like this like one presentation that's like perfectly designed to like, tell you everything you want to hear. It's like you need to be able to see this stuff before you even do a call with someone or before you even like pull the trigger on something. Like do your research. That's probably what I would say, like protect yourself. And don't buy a course based on like, we're gonna provide you a community of like-minded individuals. Like what? There's one person online charging like $13,000 for their coaching program, and like they don't really talk about the results. It's always like something like they never say, okay, we're gonna get you this many clients, we're gonna get you this revenue, we're gonna get you this. It's always like she had friends who were also in the same direction supporting her, and it's like, what? Wait, you're gonna pay $13,000 for a group of people to like support you? But then when you ask, like, okay, so what were the results? Oh, this person got like $100 a month client. It's like, what? I can't live off a $100 a month client, and if I just paid you $13,000 for a course, like, what am I gonna do? I need to get like 1,000 of those guys. You technically need to get 13 clients at $100 a month to pay off a $13,000 program. But at least you feel good about it, At least you feel good. Don't be deceived, guys. It's not about how you feel. It's about, are you getting forward? Are you moving? Are you getting results? That's all that matters in this game. That's all that matters. Cool. Well, hopefully you have a good rest of your day. Take it easy. Talk to you soon.